Welcome to Village Church Connections. I'm David Pavey. I grew up in England, the first of 4 children, living in a large house with my own bedroom, which I greatly enjoyed, especially during my teens. My room was my castle, my own little private space. There I would read in peace. I would do my homework and admire the large map of Florida on the wall. Seriously, Florida. There my parents would comfort me when I was sick. It was my room. Sometimes, for fun, I would take a mirror to the window and reflect the sun into the eyes of the people across the street at the bus stop. I'm not proud of that, of course, not anymore. But the point is that I was secure in my room, and there was nothing that people could do to retaliate. But when I turned 18, I moved a steamer trunk into my room, announcing to my parents that I would soon leave England to attend Bible college in Chicago. As I packed the trunk with my clothes and my little treasures, I wondered if I would ever return to my room, sensing this would be the end of this very happy period in my life. My parents swallowed hard, but kindly let me follow my dream, comforted in the knowledge that I aspired to missionary service someday. So just after my 19th birthday, I left my room, my home, my family, my country, with deep emotion. On May the 2nd, 1957, as the Queen Mary pulled slowly away from the dock in Southampton, I waved to my family until my arms were ready to drop off. Sometime later, having completed my studies in Chicago, I was living temporarily with friends on Long Island, struggling with a decision that I knew would affect the rest of my life. Should I return to my comfort zone in England? Or should I pursue university education in the United States? My head told me one thing, my heart told me another. On my 21st birthday, my parents called me on the phone, a rare and expensive treat in those pre-texting, pre-email, pre-Skype, and pre-FaceTime days. I hadn't heard their voices for many months, so the call touched me deeply. It was a very emotional moment. At 21, I was no longer a boy. I was a man after all. But I still miss my parents and my siblings terribly, and I loved them dearly. What should I do? During the phone call, I shared the dilemma with my parents. They had set a wonderful example for me, but were careful to let me make my own decisions. Suddenly, however, my mother broke with the tradition, and she uttered those words I shall never forget. "Why don't you come home, dear? Your room is ready." That was all I needed. My room was ready. The thought of my parents lovingly preparing my room for my eventual return tore me apart. Fresh paint, clean sheets. My room was prepared, ready, and waiting. But I didn't go back. In the Gospel of John, chapter 14, Jesus said, "I am going to prepare a place for you. And when everything is ready, I will come and get you, so that you will always be with me where I am." Now there's a promise for all of us who are Christ followers. Jesus is preparing a room for us. And one day soon he'll come back and say, in effect, "Why don't you come home, dear? Your room is ready." Next time I'm going. And thank you for tuning in to Village Church Connections.